Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Christine. I have this channel which is all about motherhood and lifestyle and kind of everything in between. And I also have a blog called Christine Keys. You'll see it, it'll be linked at the end of my video, so you can go and check that out if you're interested in more content from me. But today I am going to be doing another episode in our series on motherhood and sacrifice. And I've actually made up a tag video for this week. I'm going to be tagging a few people at the end of it, and it is called Motherhood Before and After. That is the tag, because let's face it, a lot of things change when you become a mum. Pretty much everything changes when you become a mum. So I just thought it'd be interesting to do a tag on it, and yeah, I'd be interested in seeing other people doing the tag and hearing their answers. So stay tuned if you want to hear the questions. First question is, why did you want to have kids before you had kids, and how has that changed now that you have become a mother? So for me, before I had kids, to be honest, I didn't even really think about having kids. I thought about having babies, and I wanted a baby, I wanted somebody to love, and it was kind of just like an innate desire to have children. Now that I've had children, it's definitely changed, like the reason I want them. Absolutely, I still love having babies. But now that we're moving past the baby stage with Jack, he's definitely like well and truly in toddlerhood now. My eyes have just kind of been opened to a whole new world of parenting, and I think what I love about it is the companionship that you gain from your children. And now that I'm having my own children, a lot of why I want to have more children is to provide what I had growing up and what I have now, and that is a really close kinship with my own siblings and my family. And I want my kids to experience that and to have that, you know, that feeling that there's always somebody there for you, there's always somebody who's going to take care of you and have your back. And yeah, I want my kids to have that. And I guess it's just kind of having something that you're leaving behind. You know, you're leaving behind a heritage, and for me, my children are part of that. The second question is, how have your eating habits changed since you've had children? And have they? I mean, yeah, for me they definitely have, probably not in a positive way. I know that before I had kids, like I didn't eat I wasn't like super healthy or anything, but I ate a pretty fairly good diet, I would say. Since having kids, my like main meal that suffers is lunch. I'm really good with breakfast and dinner, but lunch, the kids go down for their nap and I just want to feed my face and like either get stuck into work or like sit down and do nothing. And so I'm really lazy when it comes to making a proper lunch. So I like to have leftovers from the night before if I can, but if I don't do that, I'm really bad about getting a good lunch. And I definitely eat more chocolate. I definitely eat more chocolate, like way more. And that started in pregnancy, and it hasn't really eased up all that much. Number 3, how many kids did you want to have before you had children, and how many kids do you want now? So before I had kids, I wanted 4 or 5 children. Now that I have children, I want 3. I wouldn't be devastated if we had 4, but I'm not planning on having 4. I was always pretty open-minded about how many children I wanted, but like before I had kids, that was kind of the figure I had in my mind. And who knows, God might just play a joke on me and I might still end up with 5 kids. We'll see. Number 4, before you had children, what was your favorite thing to do or guilty pleasure? And now that you've got kids, what is it now? So for me, before I had children, it probably would have been shopping. I love to shop. I still love to shop, but that was my number 1 guilty pleasure, I suppose you could call it. And now that I've had children, I still do like to shop, but my number 1 thing would probably just be sitting down and watching TV series, because I just don't have as much time to do it anymore. And so when I get a chance, it's just like, the house is quiet, I can concentrate on what I'm watching, and yeah, that's my guilty pleasure now. And the last question is, what did you think motherhood was before you became a mum? And now that you are one, what is it now? So before I became a mother, this is hard. Like I often think back and I think, what did I think motherhood consisted of? I knew it was hard, but I definitely didn't realize how difficult it was. And I guess I thought of it as spending time with your kids all the time, and doing lots of fun activities and going out together. I knew there'd be sleep deprivation and stuff, but I just had no idea what it would actually be like in reality. So I just thought of it like a really noble calling, and yeah, that you did lots of fun activities with your kids. Now that I am a mum, I still think it is a very, very noble calling, although sometimes I need to be reminded of that. And that's because motherhood is made up of a lot of very boring, monotonous, repetitive activities. And that's not to say that I don't appreciate motherhood, but just like every job, there's stuff in it that is just boring. I often find myself like I feel bad with people babysitting my kids because I forget that it's like a novelty to feed the baby and to change the baby and to put the baby to bed, because I just do it all day long. And so I forget that, yeah, it's a novelty for some people. And those things, they do become monotonous. It doesn't mean that you don't find joy in them still, but they do become monotonous. And motherhood is all encompassing. It engulfs your entire life and your entire person. And absolutely, you're still you, but it does take up everything. And yeah, it's big. So that's how my view of motherhood has changed since I've had children. Those are the 5 questions for this tag. I hope you enjoyed them, and I hope you enjoyed hearing my answers. If you want to do the tag, please feel free to go ahead. I would just really appreciate it if you could link back to my channel in the description of your video. I'm going to go ahead and tag Claire and Jen from 1,000 Words, and also Maddie. I'm going to put the links to the channels in the description below so you can go and check them out. They're all wonderful women. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you do want to keep up to date with me. And I will otherwise see you in my next video. Bye!